Hello, welcome to Crypto Talk today. How does cryptocurrency works? Cryptocurrencies use decentralized technology to let users make secure payments and store money without the need to use their name or go through a bank. They run on a distributed public ledger called blockchain, which is a record of all transactions updated and held by currency holders. Units of cryptocurrency are created through a process called mining, which involves using computer power to solve complicated maths problems that generate coins. Users can also buy the currencies from brokers, then store and spend them using cryptographic wallets. Cryptocurrencies and applications of blockchain technology are still nascent in financial terms, and more uses should be expected. Transactions including bonds, stocks, and other financial assets could eventually be traded using the technology. What is a market trend? A market trend is the overall direction where the price of an asset is going. In technical analysis, market trends are typically identified using price action, trend lines, or even key moving averages. Generally, there are two main types of market trends: bull and bear market. A bull market consists of a sustained uptrend where prices are continually going up. A bear market consists of a sustained downtrend where prices are continually going down. In addition, we can also identify consolidating or sideways markets where there is not a clear directional trend. It's worth noting that a market trend doesn't mean that the price is always going in the direction of the trend. A prolonged bull market will have smaller bear trends contained with it, and vice versa. This is simply just the nature of market trends. It's a matter of perspective, as it all depends on the time frame you are looking at. Market trends on higher time frames will always have more significance than market trends on lower time frames. A peculiar thing about market trends is that they can only be determined with absolute certainty in hindsight. You may have heard about the concept of hindsight bias, which refers to the tendency of people to convince themselves that they accurately predicted an event before it happened. As you would imagine, hindsight bias can have a significant impact on the process of identifying market trends and making trading decisions. What is a market cycle? You may have heard the phrase that the market moves in cycles. A cycle is a pattern or trend that emerges at different times. Typically, market cycles on higher time frames are more reliable than market cycles on lower time frames. Even so, you can eventually find small market cycles on an hourly chart just as you may do when looking at decades of data. Markets are cyclical in nature. Cycles can result in certain asset classes outperforming others. In other segments of the same market cycle, those same asset classes may underperform other types of assets due to the different market conditions. It's worth noting that it's almost impossible to determine in any given moment where we currently are in a market cycle. This analysis can be done with high accuracy only after that part of the cycle has concluded. Market cycles also rarely have concrete beginning and end points. As it turns out, being in the present moment is an exceptionally biased viewpoint in the financial markets. What is market psychology? Market psychology is the idea that the movements of a market reflect or are influenced by the emotional state of its participants. Many believe that emotions are the main driving force behind the shifts of financial markets, and that the overall fluctuating investor sentiment is what creates the so called psychological market cycles. In short, market sentiment is the overall feeling that investors and traders have regarding the price action of an asset. When the market sentiment is positive and prices are rising continuously, there is said to be a bullish trend, often referred to as a bull market. The opposite is called a bear market, when there is an ongoing decline in prices. So, the sentiment is made up of the individual views and feelings of all traders and investors within a financial market. Another way to look at it is an average of the overall feeling of the market participants. But, just as with any group, no single opinion is completely dominant. Based on market psychology theories, an asset's price tends to change constantly in response to the overall market sentiment, which is also dynamic. Otherwise, it would be much harder to make a successful trade. In practice, when the market goes up, it is likely due to an improving attitude and confidence among the traders. A positive market sentiment causes demand to increase and supply to decrease. In turn, the increased demand may cause an even stronger attitude. Similarly, a strong downtrend tends to create a negative sentiment that reduces demand and increases the available supply. How do emotions change during market cycles? Uptrend. All markets go through cycles of expansion and contraction. When a market is in an expansion phase, a bull market, there is a climate of optimism, belief, and greed. Typically, these are the main emotions that lead to a strong buying activity. It's quite common to see a sort of cyclical or retroactive effect during market cycles. For example, the sentiment gets more positive as the prices go up, which then causes the sentiment to get even more positive, driving the market even higher. Sometimes a strong sense of greed and belief overtakes the market in such a way that a financial bubble can form. In such a scenario, many investors become irrational, losing sight of the actual value and buying an asset only because they believe the market will continue to rise. They get greedy and overhyped by the market momentum, hoping to make profits. As the price gets overextended to the upside, the local top is created. In general, this is deemed as the point of maximum financial risk. In some cases, the market will experience a sideways movement for a while as the assets are gradually sold. This is also known as the distribution stage. However, some cycles don't present a clear distribution stage and the downtrend starts soon after the top is reached. Downtrend. When the market starts to turn the other way, the euphoric mood can quickly turn into complacency as many traders refuse to believe that the uptrend is over. As prices continue to decline, the market sentiment quickly moves to the negative side. It often includes feelings of anxiety, denial, and panic. In this context, we may describe anxiety as the moment when investors start to question why the price is dropping, which soon leads to the denial stage. The denial period is marked by a sense of unacceptance. Many investors insist on holding their losing positions either because it's too late to sell or because they want to believe the market will come back soon. But as the prices drop even further, the wave of selling gets stronger. At this point, fear and panic often lead to what is called a market capitulation, when holders give up and sell their assets close to the local bottom. Eventually, the downtrend stops as the volatility decreases and the market stabilizes. Typically, the market experiences sideways movements before feelings of hope and optimism start arising once again. Such sideways period is also known as the accumulation stage. How do investors use market psychology? Assuming that the theory of market psychology is valid, understanding it may help a trader to enter and exit positions at more favorable times. The general attitude of the market is counterproductive. The moment of highest financial opportunity for a buyer usually comes when most people are hopeless and the market is very low. In contrast, the moment of highest financial risk often arises when the majority of the market participants are euphoric and overconfident. Thus, some traders and investors try to read the sentiment of a market to spot the different stages of its psychological cycles. Ideally, they would use this information to buy when there is panic, lower prices, and sell when there is greed, higher prices. In practice, though, recognizing these optimal points is rarely an easy task. What might seem like the local bottom support may fail to hold, leading to even lower lows. Technical analysis and market psychology. It is easy to look back at market cycles and recognize how the overall psychology changed. Analyzing previous data makes it obvious what actions and decisions would have been the most profitable. However, it is much harder to understand how the market is changing as it goes, and even harder to predict what comes next. Many investors use technical analysis to attempt to anticipate where the market is likely to go. In a sense, we may say that technical analysis indicators are tools that may be used when trying to measure the psychological state of the market. For instance, the Relative Strength Index (RSI) indicator may suggest when an asset is overbought due to a strong positive market sentiment, for example, excessive greed. The MACD is another example of an indicator that may be used to spot the different psychological stages of a market cycle. In short, the relation between its lines may indicate when market momentum is changing. For example, buying force is getting weaker. Closing thoughts. Most traders and investors agree that psychology has an impact on market prices and cycles. Although the psychological market cycles are well known, they are not always easy to deal with. From the Dutch tulip mania in the 1600s to the dot-com bubble in the 90s, even skilled traders have struggled to separate their own attitude from the overall market sentiment. Investors face the difficult task of understanding not only the market psychology but also their own psychology and how that is affecting their decision making process. Thank you for watching. Stay with Cryptic Talk today for more.